Hey, welcome to World Code Updates. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Imagine this. The world outside is silent, the city lights flicker in the distance, and most people are deep in sleep, unaware of what's unfolding above their heads. It's just past midnight, November 20th, 2025. The streets are deserted, the only sounds are the distant hum of air conditioners and the occasional bark of a stray dog. But high above, something unusual is happening. Two unidentified aircraft, their transponders deliberately switched off, skim dangerously close to the waves of the West Philippine Sea. On radar screens, they appear as fleeting blips, then vanish entirely, swallowed by the darkness and the limitations of outdated technology. These planes are flying low and fast, hugging the sea to avoid detection. They're invisible to ground-based stations, slipping through the cracks in the nation's defenses, heading straight for sensitive maritime territory that should be under constant watch. Yet, there are no alarms, no scramble of interceptors. The Philippine Air Force's fighters remain parked on the tarmac, their pilots unaware of the silent threat passing overhead. The night remains undisturbed, but the danger is real. For a full 30 minutes, these intruders operate with impunity. Are they gathering intelligence, mapping out radar coverage, rehearsing a future strike, or simply flexing their military muscle? No one knows for sure, and that uncertainty is chilling. The nation's air defense is a patchwork, some modern systems, but many relics of the past. This mix leaves a massive blind spot, a vulnerability that sophisticated adversaries can easily exploit. Only as the aircraft finish their mission and climb away, reactivating their transponders, do they flicker back onto civilian radar screens. By then, it's too late. The opportunity to intercept or even identify them is gone. The message sent by this silent intrusion is chilling. Your skies are vulnerable, your defenses can be bypassed, and your sovereignty is at risk. This isn't a scene from a spy thriller or a far-fetched work of fiction. It's a stark warning, a glimpse into a real and dangerous gap in Philippine defenses that could have serious consequences. In today's world, modern air defense isn't just about watching the coastline, it's about seeing threats far out at sea, tracking them in real time, and having the ability to respond instantly, before it's too late. Without these capabilities, a nation is always on the back foot, forced to react to events instead of shaping them. The cost of delay could be catastrophic. The silent passage of these ghost aircraft is more than just a technical failure. It's a wake-up call. The nature of conflict has changed, and so must the tools and strategies used to defend national sovereignty. The question isn't if this will happen again, but when. Will the nation be ready next time, or will the skies remain open to those who wish to test their limits? The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,600 islands, with a coastline stretching longer than that of the entire U.S. mainland, faces a daunting and unique security challenge. Its geography, while beautiful and rich in natural resources, also makes it incredibly difficult to monitor and defend. The country's air defense system relies heavily on ground-based radars, which are limited by the curvature of the Earth. These radars can only see as far as the horizon, leaving vast areas of airspace unmonitored, especially over open water and around remote islands. Low-flying threats such as hostile aircraft or even drones can exploit these limitations, slipping undetected through the radar gaps that stretch across the West Philippine Sea. These gaps are like invisible doorways, wide open to anyone who knows where to look. Adversaries are well aware of these blind spots. They use them to approach Philippine airspace undetected, testing the country's response and probing its defenses. The result? The Philippine Air Force often cannot see or control its own airspace. Pilots are left without the early warning they desperately need to respond effectively to potential threats. Without airborne early warning and control, known as AEW&C, fighter jets are essentially flying blind, unable to coordinate or react quickly to fast-moving intruders. An AEW&C aircraft acts as a radar and command center in the sky. It can see hundreds of kilometers in every direction, track dozens of targets at once, and guide intercepts with precision, giving defenders a crucial advantage. But right now, the Philippines has no such aircraft. Its airfields and hangars remain empty of these vital assets, leaving a critical gap in national defense. Instead, Filipino fighter pilots must rely on their own limited onboard radars and patchy, unreliable ground guidance. This makes coordinated defense nearly impossible. As a result, patrols are forced to search vast stretches of ocean almost blindly, hoping to stumble upon intruders rather than intercepting them with confidence and precision. This approach is not only inefficient and dangerous, but it also represents the single biggest gap in the country's entire defense modernization effort, a vulnerability that cannot be ignored. Until the Philippines acquires AEWNC capability, it will continue defending its skies with one eye closed, hoping for the best in a region where hope is not a strategy. The search for a solution to the Philippines' air defense challenges has been ongoing for years, with military planners and defense experts constantly evaluating options to secure the nation's skies. The stakes are high, and the need for a comprehensive modern system has never been more urgent. Years ago, Swedish defense giant Saab stepped forward with a bold offer. They weren't just selling fighter jets. They proposed a complete integrated air defense package designed to transform the Philippine Air Force into a modern, networked force. This was more than a simple arms deal. It was a vision for the future of Philippine air power. At the heart of Saab's proposal was the JS-39 Gripen fighter, a versatile and proven aircraft, paired with the AREI AEWNC, an advanced airborne early warning and control platform. Together, these assets would form the backbone of a new, high-tech air defense system. But Saab's vision went far beyond just hardware. They offered a true system of systems, cutting-edge fighters, powerful airborne radar, and a sophisticated ground command network, all seamlessly connected by advanced data links. This integration would allow for instant communication and coordination across all elements of the Air Force. Every asset, from pilots in the sky to controllers on the ground, would share a real-time, unified battlespace picture. This means everyone would see the same threats, track the same targets, and respond together, sometimes hundreds of kilometers away from the action. This level of integration transforms individual platforms into a true networked force, multiplying their effectiveness and allowing for coordinated, decisive action in the face of any threat. Saab's approach was turnkey, delivering not just aircraft, but a fully modern air force, ready to operate from day one. Training, support, and technology transfer were all part of the package, ensuring long-term self-sufficiency. Saab understood that countries like the Philippines needed more than just jets. They needed a whole ecosystem, training for pilots and ground crew, maintenance infrastructure, and a roadmap for future upgrades. Their offer mirrored a successful deal with Thailand, where the Royal Thai Air Force rapidly modernized using the same package. The results were impressive, with Thailand's Air Force now among the most advanced in the region. For Manila, Saab's proposal was ambitious, forward-thinking, and directly addressed the nation's most urgent needs. It was a rare opportunity to leapfrog decades of incremental upgrades and join the ranks of modern air powers. It was a chance to leapfrog into modern air defense, to protect the nation's sovereignty, and inspire confidence in the country's ability to defend its skies. But, despite the promise and potential, the opportunity slipped by, leaving the question, what could have been if the Philippines had seized Saab's offer? At the heart of Saab's AEWNC offer is the AREI radar. This advanced, electronically scanned array can spot threats over 450 kilometers away, even low-flying missiles and boats against the sea. Housed in a static plank atop the aircraft, it scans vast areas instantly, tracking hundreds of targets at once. AREI is proven, adaptable to various aircraft, and in service with air forces from Sweden to Thailand to Brazil. For the Philippines, it's a mature, off-the-shelf solution. No need to be a test case. It's the all-seeing eye the country's airspace desperately needs. Two neighbors, two choices. Thailand saw the value in Saab's full package, Gripen fighters, AREI AEWNC, and integrated command systems. The result, a networked air defense, monitoring its skies with clarity. The Philippines, facing budget constraints, chose to buy only fighters, deferring the AEWNC. The integrated solution was broken apart. Today, Thailand enjoys a balanced modern air force. The Philippines is still struggling to fill the situational awareness gap Saab's package was designed to solve. The cost of delay is now painfully clear. Now the Philippines faces a choice: revisit Saab's European system or opt for an American-made AEWNC. Saab's AREI offers high performance, lower cost, and operational autonomy, free from US export controls. It's proven, quick to deliver, and cost-effective to operate. The American E-2D Hawkeye, meanwhile, offers deep interoperability with the US, but at a much higher price and with more restrictions. The US option strengthens alliances but may limit independence. The Swedish option offers strategic diversification and a pre-integrated package. The decision is as much about sovereignty as it is about technology. This debate unfolds as tensions in the South China Sea escalate. Chinese military aircraft increasingly probe Philippine airspace, exploiting radar gaps. Without AEW&C, the Philippines can't detect, challenge, or even record these violations. The nation is blind to provocations in its own backyard. Meanwhile, the Air Force is about to invest in new multi-role fighters. Deploying them without AEW&C would cripple their effectiveness, like buying a sports car but refusing to pave the roads. Every day of delay increases risk. AEW&C isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of modern air power. In contested waters, seeing first means surviving. The clock is ticking, and the cost of inaction is rising. The Defense Secretary's call for AEW&C marks a turning point. The time for piecemeal upgrades is over. Decisive action is needed. The cost of delay now outweighs the price of acquisition. A single AEW&C squadron would do more for security than dozens of patrol boats. Buying AEW&C alongside new fighters allows for integrated training and doctrine from day one. Waiting years would leave the Air Force's best assets exposed and force costly retraining later. This is the moment to get it right. Move beyond stopgaps and invest in a network defense. The leadership is ready, the need is urgent, and the window is closing. The era of making do is over. The time for action is now. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. The vulnerability is clear, the need undeniable. Saab once offered a complete solution. Gripen fighters, air-eye radar, and a digital network. An instant leap to modern air defense. Thailand seized the chance, the Philippines waited, and now the risks have grown. The American option offers alliance, but at a high price and with strings attached. The Swedish package remains cost-effective, independent, and proven. The logic of the original deal is stronger than ever. Is it finally time for Manila to pick up the phone and revisit the Saab solution?